Ayanna, how you doing? Thank you so much for including your work. I've got your composition up right here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take a look at the composition just to make sure that all of the requirements are included. And then we'll go ahead and look at the layout itself and see if there's any improvements we can make both compositionally and typographically. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that all of the requirements are covered. So the first thing we see is that the image is dominant. Um, that's great. Okay, the problem here is that this image has been distorted or skewed. This is not the shape of a hairdryer. So in graphic design, you never, ever, ever want to resize an image without constraining the original proportions. Typically, that entails a resize. Now, I don't know if you're working in Illustrator or InDesign, regardless, this technique is the same. Whenever you manually resize an object, you want to hold that shift key down. When you drag the corner bounding box, it's going to expand um, in proportion to the original image. Okay, so you're not going to get any kind of distortions where it expands more vertically than it does horizontally, or vice versa. So definitely want to get that placed correctly. And remember that that's really important. You don't ever want to stretch or distort images or type or any object for that matter, unless there's a clear intention of doing so. And in this assignment, there's not. Okay, objects must be shown with somebody using it or interacting with it. There you go, right there. Image result of using the object. I suppose that would be the image of the result of using it. So that's great. Um, Two components, excellent. Design in everyday life, the headline. You've got uh, your body copy and your captions, so that's excellent. You got a white background, asymmetrical design, 7 by 15, awesome. Imagery must come in contact with the edge of the page at least twice. We see that here, here, and here. That's great. And then your design must combine images that are in boxes and cropped. So this is cropped, and these are basically in boxes. So you've got that. So it looks like you've got all of the requirements um, intact here. So let's go ahead and take a look. So right now I'm seeing basically a layout that is foundationally lacking a connection between the basic images you're using and the decisions you've made in the layout. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. But right now you're using these kind of boxes for your background, but we don't see these kind of boxes anywhere. So you want to take a look at a couple of things. Definitely got to take a look at these announcements from these 4 announcements right here. And then also be sure to take a look at the presentation in the course. This is just critical. And it is presentation 3, interaction of words with images. And this is such a great lecture. You definitely want to go through this. This video right here does a fantastic job describing how to search for elements in the image that you can use in your work. And read through this. This is such an important lecture. Really going to help you determine what to look for in your image that will help you with your layout. So for example, we've got these basic squares, but there's no basic squares here, right? We've got circles, but there's no basic circles in the main image. So, I mean, we have this oval shape. You could maybe use that oval shape to mimic the shape of that oval right there to as a frame for your images. You got this kind of swirly right here that you could use in your background here, and then horizontally, you've got this curve right here that you could use. So the idea here is that you try to take things out of the image to help you in your layout. So you're making conceptual ties between the image and the layout. And that's all we're looking for here. So that's what I would like you to do. I would like you to look into the image to try to find clues that you can help to assist in your typography. Design in everyday life. This is pretty good, but that's technically a widow. That's a word that's on a line alone. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend let's get out of that. So you could do design and then the second line in everyday life. Let me show you a really cool. Here's a great configuration right there. I'd love to see you do something like that. But at any rate, and then here's this example. I mean, you can see there's little clues here. These circles are directly from this image. See these vertical circles right here, directly from the image itself. This actually even mimics the coffee dripping into into the cup. And then so you can clearly see there's several clues here that are being used in the actual the piece itself. So that's what we're after, and that's what I would like you to shoot for in your submission to Sunday. So, of course, if you have any questions, let me know. But typographically, the paragraph looks pretty good. Um, the right alignment here, I'm not real sure if that's the best thing. It's really kind of difficult to get back to these. These are called rags, and they're not very even, so it makes it really difficult. So think about that. Other than that, your type is set pretty well. Headline is okay. I'd like to see it get much more creative in the piece. Okay. All right. Great. Any questions at all? Let me know. Thank you.